Good evening. For those of you I haven't met, my name is Chris Cunningham, and I am the head of the Whitfield School. And I'm pleased to welcome you to the 2025 Athletic Hall of Fame induction ceremony, celebrating 7 phenomenal Whitfield Scholar athletes, whom you will hear a great deal more about from other people later on. Today we continue the important tradition of honoring the very best of Whitfield athletics, as we officially induct the Athletic Hall of Fame class of 2025 today. We recognize not only these athletes' individual achievements, but also the contributions they each made to the strength of our school's athletic program. The success of Whitfield athletics continues to this day, building on the solid foundation established by those teams who came before. Since we last gathered to celebrate the Athletic Hall of Fame class of 2020, Whitfield athletes and teams have continued to add to our collective success. In the past 5 years, our school has won 6 state titles: wrestling in 2020, 2021, and 2022, girls basketball in 2021 and 2022, and boys soccer in 2021. Contributing to our school's athletic achievements are many outstanding athletes, and since 2020, Whitfield students have won 24 individual state titles in wrestling, track and field, girls tennis, and boys tennis, along with 38 individual medalists in their respective sports in track and field, wrestling, golf, and cross country. Since our last gathering, we have also established a physical wall of fame where we are celebrating not only our Hall of Fame winners, Hall of Fame warriors, but also our state and district successes, our college athletes, and more. If you have not already done so, I encourage you to interact with our digital wall of fame before you leave tonight. We're having some slight technical difficulties with it, but if you're patient with it and speak nicely to it, it might cooperate. Please know that we are still developing and refining the content. Images and additional information we'll be adding and updating throughout the summer. But we wanted you to be the first to experience the Whitfield Wall of Fame. Again, welcome, and thank you for being here tonight to celebrate this essential part of the Whitfield experience, Whitfield athletics. Before we begin the festivities, let's enjoy a delicious dinner and some good company. And event staff will dismiss tables to be served at the buffet, beginning with our class of 2025 inductees and their guests. Enjoy the meal. And it's my pleasure right now to introduce our amazing Director of Athletics, Mike Roth, who will serve as the evening's Master of Ceremonies. Please welcome Mike.
Thank you so much. Thanks for being here tonight. I didn't realize when I was leaving the house this morning I had this blue suit on, but since we're here, let's go Blues. Thank you, Chris, for that great introduction. Whitfield's Athletic Hall of Fame was established to recognize and honor those individuals who have made exceptional contributions to our school's athletic program. Before we begin the celebration of the class of 2025, our inductees, I would first like to recognize members of our classes of 2016, 2018, and 2020, our Hall of Fame classes. With those individuals in attendance, please stand. Anyway. And now, let's go ahead and get started. You want to listen to me tonight. What I'd like to do, as we're waiting here, we have our inductees, and they have chosen someone special and important in their athletic careers at Whitfield to introduce them tonight. So our first inductee tonight is Stephanie Anderson, class of 2013. She will be introduced by her Whitfield basketball coach and former Whitfield faculty member, Harold Barker. Harold, come on up.
Good evening, everyone. It is an honor to be here today to celebrate an extraordinary athlete, leader, and person, Stephanie Anderson, class of 2013. Stephanie's journey on the court, in the classroom, and beyond is one that truly stands out as a testament of hard work, determination, and a spirit of excellence. Stephanie began at Whitfield as a freshman, and by junior year, Stephanie's excellence was clear. She competed in basketball, volleyball, and soccer, balancing multiple sports and excelling in each. Stephanie was an invaluable member of the volleyball team, even though it wasn't her first sport. As a sixth rotation outside hitter, she worked tirelessly to develop her skills and became one of the top outside hitters in the St. Louis area. Despite being a non-volleyball player, Stephanie's determination led her to become a key player and, stuck together, helping her team to district championships and state tournament appearances. She was named to the all-district first team in her senior year and earned academic all-state honors in volleyball as well. But it was on the basketball court where Stephanie truly made her mark. She was a powerhouse. In her sophomore year, she averaged 17.6 points per game and shot a little over 39% from the three-point line. Her junior year, she was still a dominant force, scoring a total of 438 points and increasing her three-point efficiency to over 40%. Her senior year was nothing short of spectacular. She scored a total of 561 points. She averaged 21.6 points per game, 8.2 rebounds, 3.8 steals, and 2.7 assists. She did pass a couple of times, I guess. That season, Stephanie reached career milestones, scoring over 1,500 points during that season and finishing her high school career with a total of 1,799 points. Just needed that one more free throw. I used to joke about that with her. She was even recognized as one of the top 10 area players and was named a 2013 McDonald's All-American nominee. But Stephanie's true test of character and leadership actually occurred during the summer before her junior year, when she learned that I would be her new basketball coach. You see, as great as her sophomore year was, she was playing in a program that only had 7 girls. They called themselves the Lucky Seven. I was asked to take the program over and build it up, but in all honesty, it was Stephanie and her ability to connect with her friends, to connect with others, to be a good teammate that built that program up. Over the 2 years together, we had 2 winning seasons. We got to the district championship game our first year. We saw the program numbers grow from 7 to 11 in the first year and from 11 to 17 in year 2. Enough for 2 teams to get back to a full varsity and a full JV schedule. Stephanie's Whitfield honors and awards include the prestigious Ginger Newton-Jacoby Class of 73 Female Athlete of the Year Award. She earned the Principal's Award and the Yale Book Award as well. Her senior year only built on that foundation as she earned the title of Whitfield's Scholar Athlete, along with the honor of being named the St. Louis Post-Dispatch Scholar Athlete. Stephanie continued her athletic and academic pursuits at the University of Chicago, where she played for the women's basketball team while studying psychology. Throughout her college career, she maintained an impressive performance on the court. As a freshman, she played in 23 games, contributing across the board with points, rebounds, and assists. Her sophomore year saw her become a defensive standout, earning honorable mention All-UAA and leading the team in steals. As a junior, she was a consistent starter, leading the team in free throw percentage and ranking second in steals and blocks. Her senior year culminated with her being named UAA Defensive Player of the Year, a testament to her all-around game and relentless drive. Selfishly, I used to love watching her play my alma mater, WashU. Today, Stephanie lives in Chicago, where she works as a physical therapist and with a specialty in pelvic floor therapy. But no matter where her career takes her, we know the lessons of hard work, perseverance, and leadership she learned on the court will continue to guide her in all that she does. Stephanie, thank you for showing us what it means to be a true athlete, a true leader, a true teammate. We are incredibly proud of you. And if you remember, my daughter was born your senior year, and I told you, if my daughter can turn out like you, she's going to be pretty darn good. So please come to the stage and accept your award. Ladies and gentlemen, Stephanie Ames.
Hold this. All right. Well, first of all, it's such an honor to be back here at Whitfield and to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to everyone who has been part of this journey. When I got the news that I was being inducted into the Hall of Fame, I was able to reminisce on all of the lessons I learned, relationships I gained, and countless memories on and off the court. And honestly, those hold way more weight than any statistics can hold. To my coaches, my family and friends, and a lot of my teammates who were able to make it out here tonight, I thank you so much. You guys have taught me the value of teamwork, perseverance, humility, and all of which have shaped me to who I am today. This induction is not just a recognition of my achievements, but a celebration of our shared experiences, and I am truly thankful for all of you. Thank you.
Congrats. Our second inductee tonight is David Greathouse, class of 2002. He will be introduced by fellow alumnus, teammate, and Whitfield faculty member and coach, Matt Pulley, class of 98. Matt, come on up, please. There you go.
Good evening, everyone. It is my great honor to stand before you today to celebrate the incredible athletic career and contributions of David Greathouse, Whitfield class of 2002. David's story is one of versatility, dedication, and excellence on and off the field. David was not just an athlete. He was a force across multiple sports. Competing at the highest levels in soccer, wrestling, and track, his commitment and talent earned him the prestigious Ginger Newton-Jacoby Male Athlete of the Year Award in 2001, and the title of Whitfield's Scholar Athlete in 2002, a testament to both his athleticism and academic achievements. While his athletic journey began with baseball as a freshman, David's true impact was felt as a three-sport star. As a four-year varsity soccer goalie, he helped lead his team to a second-place state finish in 1999 and secured back-to-back district championships in 2001 and 2002. On the mat, David's resilience and skill propelled his team to a district championship in 2001. He was a state qualifier at 171 pounds that year, and in 2002, he went even further, winning the district title and placing 5th at the state wrestling meet. And if that weren't impressive enough, David's speed and endurance made him a dominant force on the track. He was a two-time state champion in the 300-meter hurdles and the 110-meter hurdles champion in 2002. To this day, his name remains in the Whitfield record books, holding the school's 110-meter hurdle and 300-meter hurdle record set more than 20 years ago. We really tried to break those a couple years ago, but we came up a little short. David wasn't just a competitor, he was a leader. A captain in both his junior and senior years, he led by both words and example, setting the standard for excellence. His athletic journey continued at St. Louis University, where he played goalie for 4 years and was part of the NCAA tournament teams that reached the round of 16 and the Elite Eight. Unfortunately, his senior season was cut short by injury, but his passion for the game never wavered. David later returned to Whitfield as a coach, mentoring young athletes in soccer, wrestling, and track. He continued sharing his knowledge of the game as a goalkeepers coach at Maryville University. Beyond athletics, David has led a remarkable life. A Marine Corps veteran, he has served his country with honor. He has also excelled professionally, owning and operating a sign company before moving into his current role as a senior PO analyst at Equifax. And perhaps most importantly, he is a dedicated father to his 2 children, Isla and Cullen. David Greathouse embodies the values of perseverance, leadership, and excellence that Whitfield Athletics stands for. His legacy is one of dedication, not only to his own success, but to the success of those around him. Tonight, we celebrate not just an extraordinary athlete, but an outstanding individual. Please join me in honoring David Greathouse.
Right. Thanks everyone for being here this evening, my friends and family, my Whitfield family, many of you I've never met. I think about the things that I've accomplished in days long past, and some fantastic stories come from those days, but it's not usually the events or the titles, it's the things that we did together. Everyone that's walked through these halls knows that this is a family, and I consider myself very fortunate to have received the efforts from my peers, teammates, my coaches especially. Having had the opportunity to come back and coach and mentor young student athletes, I think has been a phenomenal opportunity for me. Taking those opportunities and getting through the challenges that life brings, I think is the real reward that we enable our young student athletes with. So I'm eternally grateful to every coach, teammate, friend, family member, and I hope we just continue to do that here. And again, I'm just very appreciative for everyone's support and for being here tonight. Thank you so much.
Congrats. Our third inductee tonight is Lauren McGinnis, class of 2017. She will be introduced by her Whitfield field hockey coach, Maggie Young. Maggie, please come on up.
Good evening. It is an absolute privilege to stand before you today and celebrate the incredible journey of an athlete who embodies dedication, passion, excellence, a member of our senior quartet, Lauren McGinnis. Don't laugh. I know. My name is Maggie Young, and from 2010 to 2021, I served as the girls' physical education teacher and head field hockey coach here at Whitfield. Lauren, a proud member of the class of 2017, made an indelible mark in our school's athletic program. A true three-sport athlete, she dominated the field in soccer and field hockey, while also excelling in ice hockey at the highest levels. She was not only an athlete with exceptional skill, quick hands, creative stick work, and an impeccable ability to find the back of the net, but she was also a leader, a teammate, a competitor in every sense of the word. Her achievements at Whitfield were nothing short of remarkable. In 2016, she was named the Ginger Newton-Jacoby Female Athlete of the Year, a testament to her relentless dedication. In soccer, she earned a spot on the 2016 All-District team, proving her versatility and impact across multiple sports. But it was in field hockey where her stats here spoke volumes. 14 years ago, if you remember, I took a small group of our varsity players to Chesterfield Day School to run a 3-day field hockey clinic during their PE class. Our goal was to help grow the game by introducing this unique sport to younger students. Almost immediately, I had to pull their teacher aside and talk about a student who stood out in a truly remarkable way. This standout athlete, who as far as I could tell had never picked up a field hockey stick, was executing basic skills within the first 20 minutes. By the next day, she was already adding her own flair, using raw instinct and natural athleticism to dominate the play. That creative instinct would go on to define Lauren's signature style from 2013 to 2017 as a Whitfield field hockey player. So much so that it was Lauren's air dribbling skills used in the field of play, a newly implemented rule at the time, that was used as an example for umpires across all of St. Louis. In 2016 alone, she recorded 79 shots on goal, 15 goals, and 12 assists, capping off a career that totaled 42 points in her final season. She was a 3-time EMWA All-Conference First-Team selection and twice recognized on the St. Louis Post-Dispatch All-Metro Second Team, an honor equivalent to All-State recognition. With her family's deep roots in ice hockey, it was no surprise that Lauren was headed in that direction. We were lucky that she and her parents were willing to put in the extra work so she could keep lifting our field hockey team while chasing her dream of a college ice hockey scholarship. While her time at Whitfield was extraordinary, Lauren's journey did not stop there, because ice hockey was her true passion. Competing for the St. Louis Blues AAA program and later the Madison Capitals, she became a clutch player, scoring multiple game-winning goals and proving her ability to perform under pressure. That talent earned her a scholarship to Northeastern University, where she played Division I ice hockey and helped lead her team to 5 East Championships and 2 Final Four appearances. In a moment etched in Northeastern history, Lauren scored the game-winning goal in double overtime to secure the Beanpot title, the school's first in a decade. After college, Lauren took her talents to the professional stage, playing for Frölunda Hockey Club in Sweden, before signing with the Buffalo Bayouts. Most recently, she joined the Professional Women's Hockey League in Ottawa, Ontario, a historic achievement in the sport's inaugural season in 2024. Yet beyond the accolades and championships, Lauren's journey is one of growth and perseverance. Today, she is pursuing a new passion, working as an esthetician while continuing her education to become an aesthetic nurse practitioner in North Carolina. You can expect a call from me soon. Lauren, your journey is nothing short of extraordinary, and on behalf of everyone here, we celebrate your achievements and we can't wait to see what comes next. Congratulations.
Right, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. I know if it weren't for everyone behind the scenes, this wouldn't have happened, so thank you so much. Thank you to my teachers and my coaches that put up with me missing class and practice in order to pursue my dream of being a professional ice hockey player. And most of all, thank you to my family for supporting me and pushing me to do my best, and my brothers for making me competitive, so thank you.
Congratulations. Our next inductee is Ryan Mango, class of 2009. He will be introduced by one of his Whitfield wrestling coaches and current Whitfield faculty member and coach, Buddy Smith. Buddy, come on up.
It's like an old family reunion. Ruth, I got to put my glasses on now. I'm the old guy in the room. Oh, there you are. First thing I'd like to say, could you give a round of applause to Ryan's mother, Deborah Mango, for everything she's done. I say that because I was a mother's son too, and I get it, and she's been great. All right? It is an honor before you today to celebrate a man whose drive, resilience, and leadership have left an undeniable mark, not just on the wrestling mat, but in every arena he has stepped into. He's a dream athlete, always works hard, great leader on and off the mat, great personality. Ryan is exactly what a coach dreams of. Ryan has never been one to back down from a challenge. From his time at Whitfield, where he lettered 4 years in wrestling and dominated as a 3-time Class I state champion to a perfect 95-0 record as a junior and senior, Ryan's name has become synonymous with excellence. As a leader and a captain, he helped push his team to new heights, securing back-to-back state titles in 2008 and 2009. His success earned him countless accolades, including Missouri Wrestler of the Year honors. But Ryan's ambition didn't stop there. He went on to wrestle for Stanford University, where he continued to set the bar high, earning a degree in human biology while becoming a 2-time NCAA Division I All-American, a 2-time Pac-12 champion, and a 4-time NCAA qualifier. These accomplishments alone would be enough to fill a lifetime, but for Ryan, that was just the beginning. After college, he took his discipline and commitment to an even greater calling, serving his country as a sergeant of the United States Army World-Class Athletic Program. For 8 years, he represented both the sport and his nation, competing at the highest level. A U.S. World Team member, a military world silver medalist, a U.S. Open national champ, a Pan Am game champion, and an Olympic alternate. Ryan's list of achievements is as inspiring as it is extensive. Yet, what truly defines Ryan is not just his success, but his relentlessness pursuit of growth. He transitioned from world-class athlete to world-class professional, earning his MBA from Northwestern, prestigious Kellogg School of Management, and today he leads a business world as a senior brand manager at Procter & Gamble, shaping the future of Old Spice and driving innovations across North America and Europe. So that means we get a hookup, right? Okay, all right. Through it all, Ryan remains a dedicated husband, a lifelong contributor, and an example of what it means to pursue excellence in all aspects of life. Ryan's story is a testament to perseverance, passion, and the power of setting high standards for oneself. He has shown us that champions aren't just made on the mat, they are built through every challenge, every discipline, and every goal pursued with purpose. Please join me to celebrate the extraordinary journey and accomplishments of my fraternity brother, Ryan Mango. It's on you.
All right, awesome. Wow. Thank you, everyone, for this truly incredible honor. I want to be a bit vulnerable tonight, so bear with me. I think the first thing I want to do is thank a ton of people, much like the others that were up here before me. So to the teachers, administrators, to the school, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, because you honestly played an instrumental part in changing my life and provided me with an opportunity that I feel like I couldn't have got elsewhere. And I still feel that way today, so thank you. To my coaches, Coach Jackson, Buddy, Coach Fleet, the crew. I realize, I think now more than ever, just how much it takes to pour that much time and energy, wisdom into somebody that you just met along their journey, just like you were, you know? And to care that much about a person and pour that much into them. So to each of you, truly thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know the texts and calls may not come as often as they once did, but that doesn't mean I don't care. And so thank you for all the hours, all the commitment, and all the dedication that you truly didn't have to do. To my parents, you know, my mom, my sister, my family over there, my beautiful wife, thank you guys for your patience mostly. I know I've been an animal from cutting weight to, you know, going on trips, living overseas for months at a time. So thank you all for being patient with me and allowing me to truly pursue my life's passion to the fullest of my ability. Because I think if it hadn't happened that way, then we all would have been disappointed in how it ended. So I hope, you know, we can all be proud of how it played out and how the sun set on that opportunity, and also look forward to the many opportunities we still have. And for everybody in the room, I think if I could leave you with one thing, it's 3 real simple questions that have guided most decisions in my life and led me through all these crazy experiences in the Army after going to Stanford. Like, who does that? And, you know, wrestling while you're in the Army, and getting an MBA and moving all around the country, you know, and through all the experiences, I've really tried to think about 3 questions at each decision point. The first question for me is, am I really willing to do what it takes? And that's a deeper question than it may seem, but when it really boils down to it, are you really willing to do everything, you know, outside of violating your morals that it takes to be a champion or to achieve what you're trying to achieve? You know, I think the second thing that I ask myself is, do I have the community and support that I feel like I need to succeed? And I felt like I had that here at Whitfield, and you know, it's kind of a gut feeling, but I felt like I had that at each of the institutions that I went to, even though they may not have been the most logical choice for me in the positions that I was in. And I think the third question really comes down to you specifically, and that is, and I'm drawing a blank right now because I'm nervous. Well, anyway, we'll move on from the third one, but those are 2. I hope you guys take that and do with it what you will. Thank you so much for this amazing honor, and I hope we enjoy the rest of the night.
Congrats. Wow, what an amazing story. Our next inductee is Mitch Rutledge, class of 2012. He will be introduced by his Whitfield golf coach and former Whitfield faculty member, Harold Barker. Harold, come on back up to the stage, please.
Well, again, what an honor and what an evening to be in a room full of folks who obviously have shown tons of care and, like Ryan was talking about, poured in tons of hours and thoughts into each other's lives. And I do mean that with each other. Tonight, for this one, we're celebrating the exceptional achievements of an athlete who left an indelible mark both on Whitfield and the world of golf. And we're talking, of course, about Mitch Rutledge. I actually first heard about Mitch as a 7th grader. I had his sister Lindsay and her friend Callie Andrews in class, and they were telling me about their younger brothers and how good of golfers they were. And then Buddy Smith came to me one day and said, "Have you seen this 7th grader Rutledge? You know about this kid Rutledge?" And I said, "No, what about him?" And you know, you got to remember, I taught high school for many, many years, and the middle school kids I really didn't pay attention to. So at that point in time, I think I walked out to the field, and Buddy was having Mitch hit some pitching wedges on the turf, and I said, "Oh, this kid's pretty good. He's actually better than some of the high school golfers we have right now." So I looked at Mitch, and we started talking a little bit, and Mitch was already confident as a 7th grader. And I'll never forget, he said, "Me and my friend Jake are going to be the best 2 golfers you ever had." And so I looked at Buddy, and I said, "Well, we've got 2 years before they get into high school. I best we better get to work because we don't want to waste a minute of their time," didn't we? And sure enough, when he got to high school, Mitch dominated on the golf course for 4 unforgettable years. In fact, his freshman year, Buddy and I nicknamed him the Truth, because Mitch and Jake entered that program and quickly became the 1-2 punch we needed. Mitch's dedication, skill, and leadership helped elevate our Whitfield golf program to new heights. A 4-time All-State golfer, Mitch led his team to the Class II state championship 3 times as a sophomore, junior, and senior, the three-peat as we like to call it. But Mitch didn't just help the team win, he was a dominant force in individual competition as well. He was a 2-time state champion his junior and senior year. He came in 2nd place as a freshman, he came in 5th place as a sophomore. Truly a testament to his hard work, his talent, and his drive to be the best. His record-breaking accomplishments continue to speak for themselves. He holds the title of Whitfield's career medalist with 24 victories and 11 tournament wins. His school records for scoring, which is a 37.14 career average and a 36.10 single season average, are benchmarks that still stand today. His 9-hole scoring record of 33 and his 18-hole scoring record of 67 at the 2011 sectional tournament are among the highest standards ever achieved at Whitfield. Mitch's name became synonymous with excellence both in the classroom and on the course, earning the Junior Newton Jacoby Male Athlete of the Year Award and recognition as the St. Louis Post-Dispatch straight A student both his junior and senior years. I think we might want to check the records on that one, though. Mitch's success extended well beyond high school. He triumphed in the 2011 Missouri Junior Match Play Championship and played in the Junior PGA Championship at Sycamore Hills Country Club. In 2011, Mitch advanced at the Junior PGA Championship and finished in 28th place, standing alongside future PGA stars like Scotty Scheffler and Will Zalatoris. These performances set the stage for Mitch's collegiate career at Michigan State University. At Michigan State, Mitch continued to shine. Earning a half golf and half academic scholarship, he became one of the most consistent players on the team, competing in all 12 events his freshman year and finishing 3rd on the team in scoring. As a sophomore, he led the Spartans in scoring average, birdies, and top 10 finishes, while his round of 66 at the Wolverine Intercollegiate remains one of the lowest in Michigan State history. As a junior, Mitch posted a 74 scoring average, marking another strong season, and his victory at the Inverness Intercollegiate during his senior year remains one of his career highlights. Mitch became the first player in Michigan State history to qualify for every event in all 4 years of his eligibility. His leadership culminated in helping the Spartans reach their first NCAA tournament appearance in 8 years. His career totals remain among the best in school history, 16th on Michigan State's career scoring list, 5th lowest 18-hole score, and 6th lowest 54-hole score. His recognition as an All-Big Ten Conference team member and paying All-Midwest Regions team member only further cemented his legacy. Beyond college, Mitch continued his journey as a professional golfer. He competed in the Korn Ferry Tour qualifying school, earned top 10 finishes on both the West Florida Golf Tour and the Florida Professional Golf Tour, and secured a total of 12 top 25 finishes. Mitch's resilience was tested by the COVID-19 pandemic, which closed down major professional golf tours. But he adapted, finding success as a mortgage loan originator, a career he began in 2020, and where he now works today at U.S. Bank. Today, Mitch lives in St. Louis with his fiancée, Megan, whom he will marry later this month. Congratulations and best wishes. Mitch's journey has been one of relentless pursuit of excellence, both on and off the course. He is a standard of what it means to be a leader, an athlete, and a person of character. We celebrate not only his many accomplishments, but the integrity and perseverance he has shown throughout his career. Mitch, a personal comment from me. I wanted to grow professionally, and I was inspired by you in your career. So thank you. Please join me in congratulating and welcoming Mitch to the stage.
Sorry, I didn't know I was going to be a little emotional after that last one there. Whew. I just want to start off, I want to thank everyone at my table here tonight. All of you play a very important role in my life personally, and I really appreciate your support. Try to keep the rest of this relatively short. I do want to call out four people, and specifically my parents, my mom and my dad. Thank you for giving me every opportunity to succeed in life. I'm forever grateful. My mom, you've always been supportive in anything I've wanted to do and achieve, and my dad, you've been my biggest supporter and cheerleader, through everything, every tournament you were there, and I want to thank you for being tough on me. With golf, I think it truly showed me what it means to be a competitor, and I carried that through high school, college, the short stint I had on the mini tour golf circuit, and then in my career professionally, so thank you. To my fiance, Megan, I want to thank you for your unconditional love and support. When we started dating, I was playing on those mini tours, and there's some rough times there, and with your loyalty, you stuck with me, and you've been with me for the peaks and valleys, and thank God how lucky I am to be with you every day. So can't wait to marry you next weekend as well. Then lastly, Coach Barker, I have to thank you, and you mentioned in your speech there you targeted me out specifically, and I can honestly say you shaped my career as a golfer. When you targeted me in when I was at 6th or 7th grade, it's funny. I'm reading. I'm sure a lot of you heard of it. It's a book called Atomic Habits, and they talk about how others identify you and how you identify yourself incorporates the habits you develop and how you perform. And I can say, Coach, when he called me out as being that top champion golfer, I may not have been it yet, but it really pushed me to develop the habits that it took to get there. And then lastly, I can't thank you enough for lobbying me for all this stuff, for the Metropolitan Player of the Year, Athlete of the Year, this award tonight. I know I probably wouldn't have gotten a lot of these recognitions without you, so I can't thank you enough. You truly were a great coach. And then lastly, just a short note on the Whitfield community here. I think it's truly special how we treat student athletes, and specifically I think we kind of, not in a bad way, but we put athletes on a pedestal in a way. We have the morning assemblies, and I just remember being a student here and getting nervous for those morning assemblies. I didn't want to hear my name called out in a bad light, so it really, that recognition, it pushed me every day to try to be good. So when we reported our matches or our games, I wanted to have some good results to be set in front of my peers. I think that was truly special, and I'm just honored and grateful to be an alumni here and to go to school here, and truly honored to achieve this award. So thank you.
Wow, that was amazing. Congratulations. Our sixth inductee tonight is former Whitfield Wrestling head coach Charlie Shearitz. He will be introduced by alumni parent and Charlie's director of wrestling, Pat Nipper. Pat, please come forward.
I gotta turn the mic down lower. That's better. Charlie, I tried to get Laura to let me do this by Zoom from my pool in Naples, but she said no. So I'm here. Tonight I have the honor of introducing your next Hall of Fame inductee, my friend, Coach Charlie Shearitz. For 27 years, Charlie was the CEO of the Whitfield Wrestling program. And like all great CEOs, he had a vision of success and a plan to achieve that vision. He surrounded himself with people equally committed to the plan, passionate about what was possible, and whose strengths complemented his own. And indeed, there was a Sherritt's plan. Essentially, it was a roadmap of how to mentally and physically prepare young men to perform beyond what they thought was possible. Now, Charlie was tough. There was no such thing as an excuse. He hated losing, but more often than not, some of the best lessons for his wrestlers came from losses. And Charlie was always available and had the time to work with them, helping them to understand what went wrong and how they could get better. Inevitably, coaches are measured on statistics, and Charlie stands in rarefied air. His teams won 11 state championships, finished as runner-up 5 times. They won 22 district titles. He coached 60 individual state champions, 87 state medalists, including my son, and 252 state qualifiers. He was a 12-time Missouri Coach of the Year. 20 of his wrestlers went on to compete at the collegiate level, many with scholarships. Schools like Stanford, Princeton, Cornell, Duke, the Air Force Academy, the Naval Academy, North Carolina State, Bellarmine, Maryville, and John Carroll. Now think about that for a minute. Some of the best schools in the country are in that group. It's a standard for any Whitfield program. Now, stats like that get you into the Hall of Fame. But legendary coaches are more than just the sum of their numbers. Beyond the wins and the losses, and every bit as important, is the development of the young men entrusted to his care. I worked with Charlie for over 22 years, and even I learned early on that he could be, well, direct. One of my lasting memories is Charlie asking me one day if I could run a district tournament without screwing it up, like Centralia had done the year before. Well, I rather quickly said yes, sure. And then he gave me the Sherritt stare. Right? It's kind of like a death stare. Right? And he looked at me and he said, "Are you really sure?" Now, I'm a 40-something-year-old man at the time, and I still gulped before I said, "Yeah, of course I can do that." And he finally looked at me and just said, "Okay." Well, he got the district, and Whitfield kept it for more than 2 decades. He and I had many long evening sessions, often with a Bud Light or two. And sometimes we talked about upcoming duels or tournaments, but more often than not, we talked about the kids. See, here's the real secret. Charlie cared deeply about each and every young man that came through this program. Right? He loved the wins, but he was just as invested in helping those young men grow into the best adults they could be. He agonized when things went wrong, and he celebrated when things went right. He followed their grades. He knew their girlfriends, what was happening in their personal lives, and who they hung with. He offered an ear, advice, and oftentimes a kick in the butt. He was present in their lives, honestly, a mentor to many and a father figure to some. Perhaps this story will help explain it a little bit. This was after a state tournament, and Whitfield had several state championships and won a state title. And I was with Charlie at the after party. I asked him how he felt. He didn't talk about the state champs or the team title. He wanted to talk about a young man who got to the tournament with barely a winning record. But Coach had a plan for him in each and every match. Now, the young man followed that plan, and he won his blood round match. But it was not in the wrestling community, that means he medaled. Charlie smiled at me and said, "That's what makes it so worthwhile. He worked so hard for 4 years, and now he knows that hard work really does pay off. He's going to remember that the rest of his life, and I am so happy for him." Now, so many of Charlie's wrestlers felt the same way about him, and it was frankly a fierce loyalty. It was amazing to see how many graduates came home from college on Christmas break. They spent their entire break in the wrestling room, wrestling with his current team. It's a huge, huge advantage having such workout partners, and the kids did it for Charlie. Honestly, it's probably the highest form of thanks a former athlete can give to their coach. Now, as I begin to wrap this up, let's not forget Charlie's personal accomplishments. He's a multiple-time high school state champion, NCAA Division I All-American, a freestyle national champion, and a member of the U.S. Under-20 World Freestyle Team. And finally, I couldn't close if I didn't acknowledge others on this journey with Charlie. Starting with Shelley. I told you I was going to mention you. Honestly, if there was a Hall of Fame for coaches' wives, you'd be a shoo-in. You've been amazing every step of the way. You've supported Charlie every step of the way, and without you, none of this happens. And of course, there's his children, Ethan, Emily, Katie, and Elena, who share their dad with this rather demanding sport. Ruth Greathouse, for your undying support for the program. Right? My friend Keith Godding, who was the voice of Whitfield Wrestling for more than 2 decades. And of course, there's Buddy and Matt. Where are you, Matt? Thank you, Charlie. You built a culture of excellence. You helped shape the lives of young men entrusted to your care. And ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming a true legend, Coach Charlie Sherritts.
God damn, Pat. Took my entire speech. Anyway, I don't know how to truly summarize 27 years. Anyway, maybe I won't have to. Yeah. So anyway, there's this was this wasn't planned, but anyway, there's not a lot of guys that do what I do and stay married. There's a lot of guys that do what I do and get divorced, or there's a lot of guys that give up doing what I'm doing to stay married. But I am very fortunate, as Pat said, to have a wife that gets me, and we have a relationship that works where I can do what I need to do to help kids, and so on and so forth. Typical, Shelley, once Ethan got done wrestling, she didn't attend very much wrestling anymore, but typical night after the meet ended was I'd get home and Shelley'd say, "How'd it go?" I'd say, "Good." And then she'd say, "Good." And it was that, okay? Because I had tried talking about wrestling a little bit with her a few times, but it seemed to circle around to her getting upset and saying, "Will you let me talk to that son of a bitch?" So now, dear, we'll handle it. So anyway, my family, Ethan had the pleasure or displeasure of wrestling for me. Emily and my oldest daughter, Emily, and youngest daughter, Elena, kind of watch from afar, but we're very supportive. Katie's been head first involved with the program here and also with me at Maryville. I am very grateful to have such a great family supporting what I try to do for other people's kids at their own sacrifice. I'm extremely proud of the success of the wrestling program. Not simply that we won, but how we won. Took 10 years of hard work to earn our first state trophy, and then from that point on, and over the next 17 years, we were at the top or near the top. The guys that laid the foundation here during those first 10 years are equally as important to me as the 60 state champions and the 87 qualifiers and 87 medalists and how many ever qualifiers that Pat mentioned. Names like Jones, Hallis, Raskovar, Schweizer, Godding, Greathouse, Hovis, Tully, Upchurch, Nipper, just to get started. I never truly appreciated my top assistants, Buddy and Polite, until I didn't have them anymore. Two guys that clearly believed in what we were doing. I had an incredible friend in Ruth Greathouse, who just happened to be my boss. Ruth was fond of wrestling, but she also witnessed the transformation in kids brought on by the program. Along with Pat, Ruth talked me off the ledge many times. And I appreciate that. I'm so proud of how we won and lost with class, dignity, and humility in the age of the hot dog. Besides having a great group of assistant coaches, I had friends like Pat, who understood wrestling, was an incredible voice of reason for me, and like you heard from Mike, was our director of wrestling, running the best district tournaments in the state for over 20 years. My friend Keith Godding, who was the voice of Whitfield Wrestling, announced every district tournament that I can remember, and many of the dual meets as well. Russ Murphy, who just happens to be in Belize tonight, was our director of wrestling intelligence and was a secret weapon for us and still is for Buddy and Coach Polite, advising them on where kids should be and so on and so forth, weight class wise and so on. Greg Tuck and KK, two guys that I grew up idolizing, wrestled from my dad, both state champs, really helped me shape my way I thought about wrestling, but also how I thought about life. My buddy Don Fry, who not only was a security guy, but way more for my family as a friend. Ed Monser, whose unwavering support of our club program allowed so many opportunities for so many kids, and I'm extremely grateful. For the boys with eligibility left in this room, your time in athletics is fleeting, so I hope you take advantage of it. And finally, it's been an honor and a privilege to be inducted alongside of one of my most talented wrestlers I've ever coached and one of the best captains I ever had lead one of my teams. So congratulations, fellas, and thank you very much.
Wow, inspiring. True legends. Again, Charlie, congrats. I remember when I first came to Whitfield, Pat, I know that stare because when I walked in Charlie's office, boy, that stare lasted a long, long time. So congrats. Simply amazing what you've done here at Whitfield. Our final inductee tonight is Torrance Watson, class of 2018. He will be introduced by his Whitfield basketball coach and former Whitfield athletic director, Mike Potsu. Coach, to the podium.
Good evening. Welcome back in this gym. Brought back a lot of memories, and definitely a lot of the gifted players that I was fortunate to coach, and one of the most special being Torrance Watson, who we're going to celebrate today. Today we celebrate that incredible journey of Torrance Watson, an athlete whose dedication, talent, and resilience have set him apart. From the moment he stepped onto the court at Whitfield from 2014 to 2018, Torrance displayed an unparalleled level of skill and determination, averaging an area best 31.2 points per game as a senior, along with 6.7 rebounds and 2.8 assists. He left an undeniable mark on this program. He shattered records, surpassing 50 points in a game 3 times, and setting an all-time highs in career points in the season, and points per game. And for the record, Torrance didn't drop those 50 points against any cupcakes. He dropped those 50 points against DeSmet, Lift for Life, who was good at the time, and in the state quarterfinal game versus Charleston. His dominance didn't go unnoticed. In recognition of his excellence, leadership, and sportsmanship, Torrance was named the Missouri Gatorade Player of the Year after leading Whitfield to the Class III state quarterfinals appearance. And that banner is still in this gym today. He continued to add to his accolades as a 4-time Missouri Basketball Coaches Association All-State selection and the Class III Missouri Basketball Association Player of the Year. ESPN ranked him as the 3rd best player in Missouri class of 2018 and one of the top shooting guards in the nation. He helped Whitfield reach the Final Four in 2016 as a sophomore and the Missouri Class III championship game as a junior. For his accomplishments, Whitfield also honored Torrance with the Ginger Newton-Jacoby Male Athlete of the Year Award. Despite all of Torrance's statistical accomplishments, he was always a team player. He was not only a special talent, but his sole focus on games was simply trying to help the team win. At times, our schedule put us against some teams whose overall skill was not on par with ours. It was in those games when victory was certain, when Torrance became more of a distributor rather than a stat stuffer. And that's what makes his career point total of 2,755 more impressive. The best example of his unselfishness was in a game held here at Whitfield versus an opponent we were most certainly going to beat. The day before the game, Kim Watson, Torrance's mother, called to inform me that a national scout would be attending the game to evaluate Torrance for national player rankings. After discussing it with Kim, we thought it'd be best if we kept that information secretive from Torrance, so we did. During the game, we were dominating early as expected. Torrance was not scoring like his normal self, but the ball was moving and the team was having success on the court. Torrance was overpassing. He had wide open shots he passed up, open layups he kicked out to his teammates and open shooters, and was not taking easy buckets. It was actually pretty awkward to watch. Knowing that a national scout was in the stands evaluating him, and I can remember it like it was yesterday, I called him over during a free throw attempt that we were taking, and I asked him, I said, Torrance, what are you doing? Torrance replied, what do you mean, coach? I said, you're passing up easy shots, left and right, overpassing when you have open layups. Torrance looked at me with that angelic face of his and that one-of-a-kind smile and didn't hesitate. He said, Coach, we're going to beat these guys by 30. It's these other guys' time to shine. And that was and continues to be Torrance Watson. Following his senior year at Whitfield, Torrance carried his talents to Mizzou, where he made an immediate impact. As a freshman, he set a program record with 53 made three-pointers, proving his ability to compete at the highest level. His journey then took him to Elon University for his senior year, where he continued to showcase his skill, averaging 9.2 points and 3 rebounds per game while making key contributions to the team. But as we all know, the path of an athlete is never linear. Torrance's love for the game took him beyond college, securing an opportunity to play professionally overseas in Palestine. However, just before his departure, a devastating injury, a torn ligament in his foot, halted his plans. While many might have seen this as the end, Torrance saw it as a challenge. He dedicated himself to rehabilitation, worked as a therapy assistant at the back care clinic, and continued training while waiting for his next opportunity. And that opportunity has arrived. And at the end of February of 2025, Torrance embarked on a new journey playing in China for Yanti Sports Development Company on a 6-month contract. With his eyes set on extending his career even further, he hopes to continue competing professionally while also preparing for a future in coaching and training. Torrance Watson's story is not just about basketball. It's about perseverance, adaptability, and an unbreakable commitment to his dreams. He has shown us what it means to rise to the occasion, face adversity with determination, and never stop striving for greatness. Torrance, I hope you're watching. We miss you. We're happy for you. We're proud of you. Congratulations. And Torrance is in China right now, so I would like to ask his mother, who has had a significant impact on his life, Mrs. Kim Watson, to the stage to accept the award.
They're asking me to say a couple words, but there's a video. Torrance sent a video.
Congrats, Torrance. We know you're watching. So, Ms. Lotz, are you ready to cue the video?
Thanks, Coach Pasu, for the introduction. Before I give my speech, I want to start off by thanking God for the opportunity to get this award and the opportunity to play the game of basketball that I love so much. I want to thank my family, my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother. Going deeper into my mom and my dad, they made so many sacrifices to allow me to be here and play this game that I love, and I'll always be thankful for that. My mom, many of you probably know her. I would say that she probably spent more time at the school than I did. She's always been dedicated to helping me and just being the best mom she could be. Many of you may not have seen my dad as much, but I promise you that he was there every step of the way. He works day in and day out. He works his butt off, and he makes sacrifices to allow me to be in the position that I'm in. I want to thank my coaches. First off, starting off with Coach Patsu. Thank you for never treating me differently. Thank you for always holding me to the same standards as everybody else. No matter how many points, no matter how many awards, scholarship offers, you always treated me the same and equal as everyone else, and that had a tremendous part in my development as a player and as a person. Next, I want to thank all the assistant coaches. Thanks, Coach Buchanan, Coach Fry, Coach German, Coach Hogan, Coach Kingston, and anyone else who helped along the way. You guys were vital in my success in high school and my success in college, and even going to now. Thanks to all my trainers, Coach Frazier, Alex Bazell, RJ, Coach Chris, that's actually the head coach at Whitfield now, and many more people that helped me in my development as a player going through high school. I just want to say thank you to you all. I couldn't have done it without you. Getting a little long-winded here, but I just want to say thank you to a few more people before I let you continue with the ceremony. Thank you to two of my mentors that's here today. Special shout out to my mentors, Danny and Kyle. You all have helped me in more ways than I can share. You've always been there for me. You've always pushed me to be a better man, and you all are just two great role models to look up to as I go on in this journey in life. But not least, I want to thank Whitfield. It's crazy to say that I came to Whitfield from a sign in the yard. I visited the open house, I saw a play, I met some of the people, and I fell in love with the people and the culture. And I had a great time in all of my 5 years, not just on the court, but off the court as well. I won't be able to name everyone that I want to thank for my special time at Whitfield, but just thanking some of the teachers and the staff. I want to thank Mr. Ricky, Mr. Coryell, Mr. Butler, Magistra, Ms. Greyhouse, Ms. Ringy, Ms. Marsh, Mr. Delotra, and like I said, Mr. Kingston, which is also coach and teacher. But like I said, won't be able to get to everyone, but just want to thank the Whitfield teachers, staff, and everyone who was there for helping me and building a community and building relationships with you all. As I end this very long speech, I want to thank Ms. Lotz. You put in so much time and effort in helping me get this speech done and just helping the ceremony go well, and I'm very thankful for that. I'm also thankful for the relationship that we built at the time that I got to spend at Whitfield. I thank you a lot. I thank you to everyone who was attending the ceremony and everyone who couldn't make it. I really wish that I can be there. I'm just so thankful and grateful for this opportunity. Whitfield will always have a special place in my heart. I'll see you all.
Congratulations, Torrance. We've had some great introductions tonight, and we've had some great acceptance speeches. I mean, we even learned about a wedding next weekend, so congrats, Mitch. The one thing that always stands out to me and what I'm truly amazed about this place is simply the sense of community and family and how people care from the top all the way down. We're very blessed by some great coaches, great teachers, great faculty support, and more importantly, families that really care and invest in their student athletes. So from the bottom of my heart, I say thank you. I feel like I'm truly blessed and honored to be at Whitfield at this stage of my career, so thank you. I'm so proud of this extraordinary class for our Athletic Hall of Fame we presented tonight. Each of these incredible individuals embodies the spirit and drive of our entire Whitfield community. Our school's athletic program has a very important role in building the strength of our full community, including current students and families, alumni of all years, staff, and coaches, both former and present. The achievements of our athletes and coaches showcase the determination, hard work, and positivity that have continued to make Whitfield a phenomenal institution over the years. Thank you all again for being here tonight for this very, very special occasion. Immediately following the ceremony, I'd like to ask all inductees to gather over here on the stage for a group photo. And now, before we go, please, one final applause for our inductees. And also a huge, huge thanks over here to my far right, your far left, our director, alumni director, Laura Lott. You did a great job running the show tonight. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. And inductees right here for a photo op. Have a great evening. Have a great weekend.